Do you remember when the pandemic hit and everyone was really sad about all these events that they were looking forward to, that they loved, that happen every year, that were now canceled? This was ours. Garden Gallery is our DIY pop-up event in a green space. We invite artists to cover every surface with their work, and more because we would install even more fencing as gallery walls.
Never been down this road before, but if there is this one way, then there's bound to be more.
For us, this was a celebration of local community, of people seeing and supporting each other in a green space and close to nature.
Garden Gallery started out truly as this little backyard show with a few visual artists and a couple acoustic bands. My favorite part of Garden Gallery has to be bringing the community together.
Watching lots of different people come together to create something out of nothing in the true spirit of DIY Chicago. It was a labor of love.
'Cause I wanna shine like tinfoil shines. I wanna be seen out of the corner of your eye. And life is for the ones who like to redefine and who have got a good answer to why. I'm doing my best to regulate my mind. I'm trying to leave all of my negatives behind. Creating a peaceful environment, because a moment of peace is a moment well spent.
So coming from the first Garden Gallery, we moved up in the world to the backlot of an apartment complex right off of the train, making it 1,000 times more accessible to all sorts of other communities to be able to come and join us here.
We were able to facilitate 20 plus visual artists, 4 or 5 performance artists.
One reason we kept doing this after the first year was that people were reaching out to ask when Garden Gallery was going to be happening again. And that really sort of lit a fire for me, and it indicated to me the deep need for communities to have a place to celebrate one another, to see each other in this sort of safe space, and in a space that's natural. And connecting, I think, to nature is a big part of that.
I think my favorite part of Garden Gallery is the opportunity to have the combination of my friends and family in the same place. My grandmother has been an artist for my entire life, and we used to go to art fairs and festivals all the time. And as she's gotten up in years, she doesn't want to go out and do that quite as often, but this was the one that we were able to continue to drag her out to and have her sell her work and her paintings, show off her jewelry, and just joy for life.
I think the biggest thing I learned was how important these events are to communities. The sheer number of people that come out and how many people kind of thank us for putting it on. It really ties the community together. Without these events, we really lose a sense of who we are in a community.
When I was but 3 years old, your Baba said to me, a drummer or a picker or a singer will I, which one will you be? He told me I should play the drums, 'cause that's what the family needs. I said, with your permission, sir, I'm gonna play all 3. Come on.
Sweat Local wants to share a message of community involvement.
It's right in the name, you know, Sweat Local. It's go out there with your local community and get involved and do something that's going to help your community in some way.
It wants people to ask themselves, how can they get involved in their local community, and ways that we can be resourceful to one another and be sustainable in our daily practices.
For me, Sweat Local is embodied by taking different routes and seeing what's inside that storefront that's been boarded up, that's now clearly been repainting itself into a new brand. Who is that? What are they doing? What are they making? Is it cool? Do I want some? Gunnar got 2. Which one of the 2? Gunnar? The words, tough decisions. The 9 of diamonds. Does anybody have the 9 of diamonds? Going once, going twice. 9 of diamonds! Beautiful! Now, go talk to my grandma and pick out something you like. And you're beautiful. Everybody is so beautiful. Sweat Local is there to remind you that we got this. Us. It's us. We don't need these big corporations to be messing with what it means to be a community. We got that. We make that.
sunny.
As sad as it is that we weren't able to have a garden gallery in 2020, I'm really excited about the future, and I'm super excited to really see Sweat Local take off as an organization.
Traditionally, Garden Gallery has been in the homes of the organizers. As we move forward, we're really interested in working with other green spaces around the city. For Chicago's future, I want to see equitable communities. I want to see affordable housing initiatives. I want to see community gardens. I want industry to stop deciding that they're gonna, screw over underserved communities. We need to stand up for them and the environment around us, or we're not gonna make it to the next century as a species, let alone a community. When the pandemic slowed the pace of the world, we, as many others, took this time to stop and reflect. Garden Gallery couldn't happen in its old form this year, but that's okay. That doesn't stop us from sharing with you these connected moments from our past, so that we can hold them up as a reminder that we've been together before, we'll be together again, and this connectedness never goes away.
2020 for us will be the year to sharpen our intentions, to advocate for and uplift community sustainability efforts through interviews, live action, and education, to highlight intersections between community and environment.
Love is not a debt to be repaid, nor a thing that you earn, nor deserve, nor a bought, nor own. Love is not a debt to be repaid, nor a thing that you earn, nor deserve, nor bought, nor own. Love is a thing that you do. Love is a thing that you do. If you do, then you do. When you do, when you do. Love is a thing that you do. Love is a thing that you do. And you do. If you do, then you do. When you do, and you do. When you do. If you do, then you do. When you do, and you do. If you do, then you do. When you do, when you do, and you do.
And now we present to you our favorite collection of videos and interviews from the past 3 years. We have curated them specifically so that you can watch them and hopefully be inspired to care about the things that you care the most about.
Thanks for having us, Garden Gallery. We're a Buddha band. We're so thrilled to be here at this wonderful event, holding space for great art in the great city of Chicago. There's a lot of really amazing things here. I love looking at them. I hope you all have gotten a chance to look at the art. If not, feel free to roam around and look at everything. If you feel the spirit enter you via your hips and buttocks, because that's where it's gonna go, please feel welcome to get up and just feel yourself on the dance grass, because we got it here. Here we go. This first song is The Invitation. It's called Join the Family. 1, 2, 1, 2, hit it! Sunshine everywhere. There is music in the air. There is loving all around, and it soaks right through into the ground. And I feel it in my blood, yeah, I feel it in my roots, deep down below my feet. Come and join the family, and we can sing together. Come sing the song with me, come and join her, join her. There is freedom in the future, there's tradition in the past. Long as we live in the moment, then this whole wide world is gonna last. Blood, yeah, I feel it in my roots, deep down below my feet, yeah. Come and join the family, and we can sing together, and you can be my brother. Come sing the song with me, come and join her, join her. Baba said to me, a drummer or a picker or a singer will laugh, which one will you be? He told me I should play the drums, 'cause that's what the family needs. I said, with your permission, sir, I'm gonna play all three. Come on. So now it is a few years later and the family band is out loud. So fill your life with music and laughter and do your family proud and feel it in your blood, feel it in your roots. Yeah, deep down below your feet. Come and join the family, and we can sing together, and you can be my brother. Come sing the song with me. Come and join her. One more time. Feel it in your blood, yeah, feel it in your soul. Deep down below your feet. Come and join the family, and we can sing together, and you can be my brother. Come sing the song with me. Come and join her.
This next song, I believe, is called Indecision. But you'll hear it say maybe, maybe not. So if you want to jump in, helping out, feel free. Yo, come on, yo, what, yeah, yo, maybe, but maybe not, maybe, but maybe not. Maybe, but maybe not, yo. Maybe, but maybe not, maybe, but maybe not. Maybe, but maybe not, yo. Maybe, but maybe not, maybe not, yo. If I tried to photograph, the lens could never capture it. If I tried describing it, my words would be inaccurate. If I told you everything, you wouldn't know the half of it. So I chose not to say a thing, 'cause I knew you laugh at it. Fake like you're compassionate. Distrust is what establishes this rocky road we travel on. Bracing for the avalanche, saying it's my fault, 'cause I wouldn't give you half a chance. I gave you all my heart, maybe it's the circumstance. Maybe we the victims of a past that's always with them, holding on the baggage of those we haven't forgiven. Or maybe it's the sadness we've gotten so used to living with it. Maybe we've forgotten happiness can and will exist if we'd open up to it. Self is just a self-destructive, trusting me, myself, and I, when nothing can compare to us. Maybe it's not worth the fuss, maybe we should not discuss all these possibilities. I know I shouldn't, but I must, 'cause maybe, but maybe not. Is he playing you? Maybe, but maybe not. And what he say is true? Maybe, but maybe not. And do you think it's love? Maybe, but maybe not. And will you be enough? Maybe, but maybe not. And do you think he'll cheat? Maybe, but maybe not. And is this what you need? Say what you need, yo. What you need, and we tell him that I don't know what, 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 yeah, maybe, but maybe not, yeah, maybe, but maybe not, yo. Got me overreacting, just thinking of these scenarios as the music is blasted. Coming out of my stereo, matching my pain and passion. Patching up all these holes, rarely I let them show. And barely nobody knows the love I'm giving in vain. Ain't talking about varicose, talking about very close to the edge of my sanity. Help I need is professional, and just don't say a thing as far as discretion goes. In the plans you have for me, I'm starting to question those. Say you wanna be forgiven, this isn't confessional. Believe me, I have sinned, trying to connect with those who just want me for my body and end up taking my soul. It's been taking a toll, my faith in men has been shaken, but you love me so good, it's a lot for me to take in, because I'm wondering if he's really genuine, or is it just pretend, 'cause I've been wrong before, so maybe not, but then again, maybe, but maybe not. Is he playing you? Maybe, but maybe not, and what he say is true? Maybe, but maybe not, and do you think it's love? Maybe, but maybe not, and will you be enough? Maybe, but maybe not, and do you think he'll cheat? Maybe, but maybe not, and is this what you need? Say what you need, what you need, what you need, and we tell him that I don't know what, 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 yeah, maybe, but maybe not. yo, maybe not, yo. Hey, I should've waited, should've been patient. But when it comes to love, I'm in such a rush to make it. It's something like a drug, I'm just doing for the sensation. To feel the wind on my face when I'm falling. If they stop calling, replace them. Memories can't erase them. Enemies were once friends, then conversations turn to confrontations. But the sex was so amazing, if that's any consolation. Lies you always told me is the reason I'm debating. Cause I found somebody new to put the smile up on my face. Sometimes I think of you and then I start pulling away. Can I do this all again? Is it worth me contemplating about the future? Cause the truth hurts, and when it comes to trusting him or trusting me, I don't know who's worse. Joe, I wish I would've met you first, and maybe I had the nerve. You made me what I deserve. Maybe you let me down, and maybe I never learned. And that was indecision. Thank you.
Kick off your shoes and hide your picnic baskets, cause it's Claire and the Bears. Kick it off, guys.
She ended up swimming in the lake that night, sitting by the bright of the moon on the side of a canoe that shimmered silver in the pale moonlight. The cold air bit her on the back of the neck from the rain that had plagued that day. She shivered just a little and shook it off, cause she had something to say. I'll sit back and rest assured, I'll be thinking about the mistakes we'll make. But for now, we're just swimming in the lake, and we'll know more about that give and take. Thinking about the mistakes we'll make. But for now, we're just swimming in the lake. She stood up tall on the boat with even weight as not to tip, and pulled that canoe to shore with cold water rising to her hips. When the boat was pulled to shore, she said, come take my hand. The water is very cold and it is more than I can stand. I'll sit back and rest assured, I'll be thinking about the mistakes we'll make. But for now, we're just swimming in the lake, and we'll know more about that give and take. Thinking about the mistakes we'll make. But for now, we're just swimming in the lake. Should I be thinking about the mistakes we'll make? But for now, we're just swimming in the lake, and we'll know more about that give and take. Thinking about the mistakes we'll make. But for now, we're just swimming in the lake. Both got out and came to shore and wondered what the chances. All while shooting a volley back and forth of awkward glances. She squeezed her hand in a now or never, and in a move that was oh so clever, lifted her though she were light as a feather and threw her in the lake. I'll sit back and rest assured, I'll be thinking about the mistakes we'll make. But for now, we're just swimming in the lake, and we'll know more about that give and take. Thinking about the mistakes we'll make. But for now, we're just swimming in the lake.
Thanks, everybody.
That's Austin, that's Roy, that's Ian, I'm Claire.
That's Claire.
We're Claire and the Bears. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
fun.
guys.
My name is James Abood, and I'm the front person of a band called Abood, a Band. I'm the primary songwriter, and I play several instruments and sing front in the band. We create music that's positive energy music, that's really there to try to help people kind of feel like themselves, feel good in their own skin, and feel beautiful. The role that musicians and artists play in building a community is to most importantly, get people thinking about issues that exist, thinking about people that exist that they might not consider because it's not a normal part of their daily life. It's really important that we start thinking about like how our actions affect other people and affect like kind of the planet at large. And it teaches empathy, it teaches like deep listening, it teaches focus, it teaches people to pay attention to one another, which is the most important thing that you can do is afford people the opportunity and the space to exist as themselves in a world where that might not necessarily be happening. That's what art does. It opens it up so that everybody can exist in a way that they want to. And that's why it's so cool. That's the role of the artist.
The sun is creeping through my window and I'm feeling in my spirit today. It's gonna be mine. I can see my brothers and sisters and I know that today is how it is when I walk outside and the people get to smile and it puts a shine on my heart. That's my morning job, yeah, baby, that's your morning job. I never doubted for a second that this music that I'm living is the real. Out of my mind, people crossing the street and walking right along the beat to the open wind. When you get romantic inside of your reflection, you do it for everybody. And that's your morning job, baby, that's your morning job. What y'all know about love? Love is not a debt to be repaid, nor a thing that you earn, nor deserve, nor bought, nor own. Love is not a debt to be repaid, nor a thing that you earn, nor deserve, nor bought, nor own. Love is a thing that you do. Love is the thing that you do. If you do, then you do. When you do, and you do. Love is the thing that you do. Love is the thing that you do. If you do, then you do. When you do, and you do, and you do. If you do, when you do, then you do. And you do, if you do, then you do, when you do, and you do, and you do, if you do, then you do, when you do, and you do, and you do. Hey, everybody, take a second to appreciate the magic down inside you. Take a deep breath, we're full of chaos and creation, and the power to change was natural. I don't know, but I don't need anybody to tell me that I am alive. 'Cause that's my morning job, baby, that's my morning job.
Wendy Jo Harmston. I was raised in what's known as Old Irving Park on the northwest side. My parents were raised and lived for many years before I was born in Logan Square. When I was growing up, I was fortunate enough to have parents that they were musically inclined. I didn't realize families didn't sing 4-part harmony at home. That's what we did. We all had a part.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. My dad was in 2 quartets. They rehearsed at the house. To me, 4-part harmony is like, I think art was more isolated back then.
What do you mean by isolated?
It wasn't just part of the general culture. It was there, but in pockets. And if you had the ability to afford it, or if you did have a family that maybe exposed you to some, art was always a low priority in the schools. You know, I used to be an art teacher, kept cutting. And not just in Chicago, this has been an issue a lot. Music, everything. There is a difference now. Kids have access to technology that they can get exposed to arts even if their parents aren't interested in the arts or culture in any way. When I was in high school, arts were being cut big time, and I took every art class I could. I wanted to be a math teacher and an art teacher. Crazy. And my parents, like I said, were musically inclined. They were involved in different choruses. We had 2 pianos. You know, I just thought everyone did that. But they also were involved about their community work. You know, they now would have been called organizers or, you know, activists, but that terminology wasn't used a lot back then. So I was shown just like model behavior, how you invest in your community, you be a good citizen, and you try to address the issues. And in high school, my senior year, I went down to Springfield to fight for the arts in the public schools. My parents says, yeah, go. I had an opportunity. I started getting to know elected officials. My church was in Logan Square, and we weren't getting services, and a lot of other churches weren't, so there was all different denominations. We created our own little social justice group, hired an organizer, you know, and we organized around trying to get things done in the Logan Square, that part of the area. I loved that. I thought that was great. And just because, and then in my neighborhood in Old Irving Park, now this is fast forwarding up to the very early 80s, a group of neighbors got together and we created the Old Irving Park Association. Oh yeah, I was president. I designed the logo. I did my artwork there too, for free. You know, you contribute, you do your talents. Yeah. Designed our brochure. You know, this is before computers, early 80s. You know, there wasn't desktop publishing and all that. So I did all that, and I created the newsletter, which still stands today, the format, even though it's done on a computer now. But we did a lot of issues. Some of the issues in the beginning, in '85, was finding out the Kennedy Expressway was going to be reconstructed, and no one had been told. Our officials didn't know. IDOT just announced it in the newspaper, a little 1 inch. So we created a large coalition. We actually stopped IDOT and got them to redo their whole plans. And I sat with them and one other elected official between big meetings of hundreds of people. And then the Kennedy is what you see. The cut through at Keeler and Irving, I thought of that. I'm not an engineer, and it's helped traffic. There was other things like that. From my perspective, the landscape for artists today, I think it can be a landmine because the politics are so involved, no matter what side of the aisle or other splinter group you might be a part of. And for me, I find it that I have to be careful not to get sucked into their agendas and not be used by someone else's agenda. So for me as an artist and working for the arts, I just try to fight it. I try to be who I am. I always say I'm here for the long haul. So I've had elected officials in the past try to bribe me. I've had big businesses try to bribe me to stop the organizing I was doing. You know, my needs are simple, so I'm not a hero. It doesn't interest me, go, you know. Art, it's what I did when I was doing it, creating the flyers, doing the press releases, doing the posters, designing whatever. So I was using my art that way to move forward my social justice work and the organizing work. That's how we did it. And it, you know, you just did it.
We're Jason Cruz. My name's Shannon Richardson.
I'm Uni
Richardson. And yeah, we're a husband and wife, and man, it's pretty much my passion. I started singing when I was 4 years old, right, with my grandma. But it really took hold when I was more like 11, and I got a hold of the guitar.
Well, I got inspired to play music since I was probably in kindergarten age. The greatest teacher played piano and let us all run around the piano, and we all had so much fun with it. And started playing, hear the sound in the head all the time. It's nice to be able to express how you feel through some medium over to the other people.
I also feel like music is a common language.
Yeah, I play music with a lot of people who don't speak the same language, and it's awesome. Lots of musician artists kind of have the same kind of passions. We feel the same thing. We appreciate each other's art, even if it's different music, different medium. And a lot of people, even they don't play music or they don't hate, but they still appreciate it. You get to a different point.
With music, it can be different every time, and you can feel the emotion immediately, like as it happens. Just a mass amount of energy. I love it. I mean, it makes me cry. That's why. So the power that it can do is incredible. And as far as building communities like this, this is beautiful. It's bringing a whole bunch of people together of all different walks of life and artistries, and it's gorgeous.
The next one is kind of called Wolves. We call it Jason Cruz.
Satellite through the night, spying on your darlings. The radio making waves, pulling on your heartstrings. The magazines, such pretty things you tuck away inside them. And TV shows, some rock and roll, make you wanna try them. Yes, they do. Middle of the night, dancing around the firelight, ride wild like us. If we're not in the grave, then there's something left to save. Don't you pull the wool over my eyes? Don't you pull the wool over my? Don't you pull the wool over my eyes? 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 Yeah. Your telescope in search of hope. Are you ever gonna find some? Holy Ghost, I love you most. Hope we make it in the kingdom. Hollywood, still looking good. Paint a pretty picture album of that American dream again. But it only works if they sell them. Yes, I do. Middle of the night, dancing around a firelight, ride wild like us. If we're not in the grave, then there's something left to see. Don't you pull the wool over my eyes? Don't you pull the wool over my? Don't you pull the wool over my eyes? Don't you pull the wool over my? Don't you pull the wool over my eyes? Don't you pull the wool over my? Don't you pull the wool over my eyes? Yeah. Satellite through the night, spying on your darlings. The radio making waves, pulling on your heartstrings.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. I know Jason Cruz already knows all about that empanada cart. Yenyi was telling me that she already had like 5 of them this week. And we got them right here. There's so many different options. You're gonna have to like really decide. I just had them pick one for me. It was really good.
I'm Nicolas Diaz de Leon, and this is the empanada bike. We take invitations to places all around Chicago, a lot of local farmers markets and private events. So I think the empanada bike came incrementally, as I think most projects do, but it started by Kate Quinn as an outlet for her, a means of income, doing something that she loves doing and doing something that frankly she's really good at doing. And so she was just making empanadas at home, doing that thing, cooking, and she discovered she was good at it and decided to make a business. When it comes to smaller local artist environments, as well as being a smaller business, it's really important to support each other. I think everyone's just trying their best to create an environment that supports the arts, that supports people, and by working together, we can help each other grow, I think. And just being with like-minded people is really nice and really great. And yeah, a little bit more intentional with who you support and where you decide to conduct your business is really important to us.
Okay, perfect.
I'm Anna Peterson. I've always been into art ever since I was a little kid. I'm really into like weird, different, like outsider art, abstraction. I think it's really important to create art because to me, like creating something and making something is the most empowering thing that you can do, and it's kind of the most feminist action I can take is like physically making something, and I'm like birthing something into creation, like into existence. And I think that that's a really powerful thing. Anyone can do it and anyone can like make something. And I think that's really important.
This next one is called Home, and it's about this little place called Chicago. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but it's a place that's very special in my heart. Anybody on this train knows Chicago is the shit. So let's make some noise for Home. Change the scenery, so I travel coast to coast. Finally found the beach, found the palm trees, felt the warm breeze, dipped my feet in the sea, felt all of the peace it should bring to me. But what was missing was my team, and we were nothing like we used to be. Truthfully, blinded by the youth for me, had to face reality. Couldn't take some scrutiny, couldn't stand a test of time. Not everything is familiar as success is such a lonely climb. Not only the strong survive, missing home, so what am I? Just lost in darkness, hoping that the sun will rise over such a land. Till then I'm in the friendly skies, yo, and I'm just trying to find home. Thought I'd be alright, I guess that was wrong, man. So I'm trying to find where I belong, and I hope I find my way through this song. My way through this song, yeah, cause it's hard to call it home when they treat us like we don't belong, man. Yeah, but it's all we've ever known. Said it's all we've ever known. Yeah, come on, yeah. What? Cause I just wanna go home. Yeah, cause Chicago's my home. Make some noise in Chicago's yo home. So make some noise in Chicago's yo home. Make some noise in Chicago's yo home. Yeah, because Chicago's my home. That's my home. And where I belong. And that's home.
Oh, right. Give me a big sweat logo. Sweat logo.
Thank you, thank
The
you.
sweat is real.
It's
Right,
on
I'm
me.
telling you. Oh man, that was awesome. Thank you for having me. I love you guys so much.
Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed sharing it with you. If you want to be a part of it, definitely reach out to us. We're looking for videographers, interview people, businesses that want to be a part of us that are pushing forward this message of sustainability and community. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at SweatLocalShy. Visit sweatlocal.org for more information and to make a tax-deductible donation today.